train wreck to spin fire. The NFT analyzer, diving deep into projects. He's the crypto energizer. From mint coins to tokens, he's got all the intel. Web3 is a tree to show you where to excel. He's got the insights like a digital magician, unveiling secrets of the blockchain with precision. Wild stories from the web, he's always in the know. Crypto community, vibing where the treasures flow.
All right, there we go. Mega GMs, guys. Welcome to the Swarm Report. Yo, that intro's taking longer. We're streaming in so many places now. We've got, hang on, let me see if I can do this off the top. Abstract X, YouTube, Spaces, and Retake now as well. Yeah, dude, it's a juggling act before, but we made it, guys, and we made it with, dude, like one of the coolest drops we've seen on virtuals. I safe to say, I think to date, and I mean that. I tweeted out like one of the best, I think the best we've seen in like V2 of Genesis. But dude, after just like hearing you talk more and more, I'm like, this is one of the best launches I think we've seen on virtual. So guys, we have FyniAI on the show today. It's Sakesh. I hope I said it right. You told me a few times. I'm terrible with names, but welcome to the show, man. It's good to see you. I just unmuted.
Yeah, it's good to see you as well.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
Yeah, we should be good here. Okay, first off, you've been making the rounds. I saw you on Nick a few days back, maybe Friday, Saturday, whatever. I saw you on Nick. I heard you on Will and Goon this morning. You're doing the rounds. You're doing the rounds. So I've been learning a lot about you guys, and I think the community has too. By the way, GMs guys, I see out there hoods and over on Spaces. See some of you over there. Gearing up for TGE, and actually, as we get into this, I think I even want to start at not project details. We'll definitely get to that, right? But I want to start at TGE, and I guess the couple of days of delay. Tell people what's been going on here, because I think it's super interesting what you're doing with the token. So, like initially, we're going to launch. Was it Monday?
Yeah, I think it was Monday, and then we realized that it was a holiday. It was a long weekend, and then then we coordinated with the virtuals guys, and they were like, okay, yeah, it's better to move by a day, and then we did. But then we were like having discussions behind the scenes about like the strategy for post-launch. And then that's one of the reasons like we decided that we're going to change it. And I think we made the announcement about it today that we're going to do another sale of tokens using Rocket Fuel program like later today. So that's one of the reasons that we changed. And I think we will get into like more details on what we are doing, like why we are doing it as well. So let's dig into it.
Yeah, sounds great. I like the delays, by the way. I like just making sure everything's lined up. And then also, like, dude, the holiday is so slow. Like I'm sitting here no matter what and looking at stuff and, chatting away. But like it felt like half the space was gone over the weekend and on Monday. So like I think great call there. Yeah, moving it along. Dude, okay, well, let's get into the let's do the project. I'm sorry, I'm a little scattered. I do want to hear more about the Rocket Fuel pre-sale, but let's do project. Like, what are you guys cooking? What are you doing?
So we came up with this idea like when we met the virtuals co-founders back in Dubai early this year. And we've been building like the financial infrastructure at Cryptos for almost 3 years now. Backed by Binance, we got a lot of partnerships and a lot of good things there. And we have a working product, revenue is being generated. We have great customers, businesses, retail, everything. So things are going great. And then we realized that when we met the virtuals founders, like, okay, what if we plug in this financial infrastructure that we have with AI? What can it do, right? Like, and that's when like the whole thought process started. And like after having back and forths with virtuals guys and their team, we came up with this idea of Fyni. Fyni is basically a super hyper personalized financial AI copilot. So think of it like your financial advisor. That's basically working for you 24/7 and focused on your crypto portfolio. It knows everything there is to know about your crypto portfolio. It identifies opportunities that you don't know about, maybe. And then it also suggests them and it sends you daily insights. The other day, I was watching a show like you're talking about the World Liberty coin and stuff, right? So, I mean, these kind of events, like, uh, are not just happening in vacuum. They're like piling up over time, and these kind of trends, like, you don't probably see them automatically by yourself, but like using an AI agent like this, so it identifies the patterns, it identifies the trends, and it summarizes them to you. Maybe this is something that you need to watch out for. So it's just taking like all the alphas and then putting together as a simple digest for you to daily consume, whether you're on the go or whether you're like looking at charts or whatever. So you can just go to Finny and it will basically update you on a day-to-day basis.
Dude, really, really cool. Can it do that? Okay, if it's doing like kind of like, I don't know if it's a news feed exactly, even though it is giving you news, right? First off, do you have to ask it for that news and for that hot
No,
info? Is it just going to like deliver it to you, just tell you?
yeah, it's going to deliver it to you. So that's
Sweet.
the goal. Yeah.
Oh, I
So it,
didn't.
it, it needs to act as like your financial assistant. Like, it doesn't make sense if you're asking all the questions to your financial assistant, because then you are doing your research. So yeah, it kind of kills the whole purpose. So the whole idea for us, and the kind of like we are a bit delayed with the product as well, because we're trying to finesse that. Like, doing this with LLM is like so difficult because it can hallucinate things, and like we really want to get it right that it actually is a proactive agent. It actually understands your portfolio. It asks the right questions to you. So that makes you think, actually, okay, maybe I should go and put my like free ETH in some staking pool or lending protocol or something. So it's more proactive.
So, a couple interesting things there. The hallucinations definitely one, but like I'm really curious with like the insights it's going to give you in like the news and like mentioned WLFI. Okay, does it give you info based off of like what you're holding? Because I think of like how Twitter works or X works, and sometimes you're going to see something if somebody you know like the post, or if you've liked something like that before, if you follow that account. So I know like my feed is curated to me because of how I interact, with people on X. Is this going to be similar with what's in your wallet?
No. So it uses like three metrics primarily. So one is your, of course, portfolio, what you have, you are into. So it kind of creates a profile for you, that okay, you are into more into meme coins or AI agents, or you're into virtual ecosystem. So it knows that, and then it also asks you for your preferences, like what's your vision here, like what's your growth plan, or what's your risk appetite. Um, and then it also takes into consideration of a general information. So whenever it's creating digests or like suggestions or anything, like these three parameters are taken into consideration. So each of them have different ratios of preference within our algorithm. So it does provide all the updates, but curated ones, generic ones, and yeah, so you have like everything separated out.
Really neat. And then what do you do to combat hallucinations? Like it is such a huge problem. Like I use AI all day long,
Yeah.
and sometimes I'll spend hours going down a path to realize I can't do with AI. And I use just GPT mostly, but I'll chat for a long time trying to figure out a thing or build a thing, and then realize it couldn't do that. It's been kind of lying to me the whole time. Right. And they
Yeah.
even apologize to it. How do you fight that with something like this that kind of matters? Like the stakes are higher.
Yeah, 100%. So the key thing here is that we have access to the data and the portfolio data, so we can feed that into the algorithm and make like give it pointers exactly. You can't think beyond this scope, right? Like it exactly knows this is a framework that it needs to think about, and based on that framework, then it kind of responds. So like all the data is fed from different systems, and we are just asking it to like summarize it so it can communicate with the person. So it's backed by the data. So it's not just like you're asking it, okay, go and find me this information, but it's actually like curated to based on the data that's specific to you as a user.
Really cool. I mean, because info is the edge here, right? And the quicker
Yeah.
you can get it, and from a trusted source, it can be a deal breaker. And usually your wallet reflects it a bit, dude. Oh, okay. I've been having a rough time on virtuals lately, like not enough to spend my points on. Like I saw it this morning, brutal. Like I'm like my points are going down every day. So I'm
Uh,
really excited that I finally can spend them on something. Like I'm actually debating like an all-in play, which I've only done once before, but I'm really debating all in on you guys because I think you're different. Um, and
yeah.
like what I really think is starting to happen, man, is we've all been waiting for the deep AI thing to happen. We've been waiting
Yes.
for AI to change how we trade, like that simple. And
Yeah.
like we've had like incrementally, we're getting there, but this one feels like a lot more. It feels more comprehensive. And I'll say this too. This is just like random point, but I have a buddy who's like deep in the meme coin trenches, more focused on
Yeah.
Solana. And dude, for the first time ever, he put a token on my radar, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh, dude, it's like a deep AI kind of thing. It's like a Solana version of Banker, something. And I'm like, oh
Okay.
my God, I think the trenchers are starting to realize there's cool tech coming, really
Oh
cool
yeah,
tech.
yeah.
Something's changing out there. So with that said, like this is extra spicy to me right now. But the core of this, really, you were saying it before, like Cryptos is the underlying platform. Finny is like the agent of the
Yes.
ecosystem. Do I have that right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fini is built on top of the Cryptos technology completely. So Fini acts as like the first ever agent created using Cryptos technology. And in future, like we want to open this up to others, so they can come and build their own agents and like new use cases, new things that we didn't think about. Because like at the end of the day, we are focused on building the infrastructure. We are focused on making Fini great, but we can't do everything ourselves. So we want other developers to come in and leverage the technology, leverage what we built, and create new use cases at the end of the day. So it benefits like the Cryptos ecosystem, Fini ecosystem, and everyone else in the industry. It reduces the dev time significantly.
And then, so then, at its core, Cryptos, I don't think it's a data platform per se, right? It's
No.
it's like tools. Do I have that right?
Well, it's not. I mean, it depends. So the underlying infrastructure, we call it the Cryptos protocol, which is basically a data standardization protocol across 5,000 plus DeFi platforms. Because the fundamental issue is like Web3 is fragmented, it's unstructured. Every platform has their own API standards, data standards, and everything. So what we are doing at Cryptos standardization layer is like we're trying to combine all of this into like one unique format. So all you have to do as a developer is just integrate Cryptos, and then you are good to go, right? So that's what we are trying to do. Kind of like open banking, but for crypto in a way. So yeah, in TradFi you have open banking standards. In crypto there is no standard, and we want to become the de facto standard for financial data. So that's the vision with Cryptos basically. And on top of that, we created tools because if you just go out there and say, okay, we created this standard, no one's gonna use it.
Right.
So
Just
we
show them
need
a little bit
people.
how they
Yeah,
can use it,
exactly.
right?
What can be done with the tools?
Okay. So you're showing one example with Finny. If you
Yeah.
like perfect scenario, if you had like unlimited like dev resources right now and could build like the next agent, like what would be the next thing you could see as like a great use case for this?
I think a lot of other agents that we think are maybe much more curated and focused on specific use case. Like Fini is a much more generalistic agent, I would say, which can interact with other agents. But like you can have an agent focused on, let's say, payments, or you can have an agent focused on only finding, lending, and staking or delta neutral strategies for you. But it still needs context, like what assets do you have, so like more niche focused agents, I would say. Like even in future, there could be an insurance service that's an insurance agent maybe that knows about your portfolio based on your platforms you're interacting, and it gives you a quote that okay, you pay this much to get insurance for your crypto, and if something happens, I'm gonna cover you immediately. So that can be a cool agent, for instance, or a security agent like Whack AI, right? Like it can plug into your portfolio data, and then it can think like okay, you're interacting with these protocols that are not so secure. Yeah, so it's more, it starts to become more proactive because now the agents have context. Like today if you go and interact with Whack AI, it's like you have to say it, okay, can you check this protocol? it's not going to be that anymore. So it's going to be personalization. It's going to be context. So that's the uniqueness that we are bringing here.
Yeah, that's really neat. And also the whack guys I mentioned before, but like they connected us, which is awesome. Shout out to those guys; they're awesome.
Yeah.
And like I heard that this morning. I think you've known those guys for a while. Are you guys like partnered at all with anything? With
No,
crypto?
no, no. No, we haven't partnered as such, but like we know those guys. Those guys are super cool. They've been in the space for quite some time. We worked with them in the past. But yeah, but maybe in the next weeks or so, we might work with them and launch something together as well. So at the end of the day, like Web3 is a small industry, so it's all about partnerships and building together. So everyone wins at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's in a way it's smaller than people realize, and
Yeah,
also black guys are just partnering with all the great ones. That's why there just seems to be,
yeah,
I'm just expecting something with the two of you at some point here. Dude, what's so cool too is through Cryptos, and then I think the agent ties into this for sure. But like I can connect all my wallets. I think
yeah.
any accounts I have or wallets on a Dex or even a centralized exchange, connect it here, and then I have access to my whole portfolio.
Oh,
Uh,
exactly.
Cryptos, like can you explain to people how much that actually means to have like a unified place to access at least
Oh,
see all
yeah.
your stuff?
Yeah, sure. So today, like for people to understand their portfolio, like if I ask you today, like how much do you have in crypto? So you probably have to log into like five different applications just to check your portfolio value, which doesn't make any sense. And then you have to go through like two FAs, login passwords, and all kinds of crazy shit. So we're trying to avoid completely all of that, and you just need to plug them in once with Cryptos, and then you get basically access to all the tools in the ecosystem, not just the Cryptos tools, but also tools built on top of Cryptos. So
Oh,
today, like all the existing users of Cryptos, when we go live with Fini, can come in, just connect with Cryptos, get access to Fini agent immediately. They don't have to plug in all their data again into Fini. So it's just that simplicity that we're trying to create. And once you plug in your accounts on Cryptos today, we have web and mobile apps. So where you can like set up alerts, you get notifications, you can check your portfolios distributed across DeFi, exchanges, wallets, everything. And yeah, you can also set up price alerts over there, so you can check your transactions, you can do your taxes. We support 35 plus countries in terms of tax regulations. And if you're a business, you can do like invoices, payments, audits, bookkeeping, accounting, all of that. Full financial suite, I would say.
that's huge. Eventually, maybe trading through here too.
Yes, yeah, because you're connecting your API keys. Right now it's read only, but when we add support for write, you can also like trade using the interface and maybe using Fini as well.
I mean, that's the thing that's gotten people so excited. So this is that story I was telling earlier with my buddy in the trenches, and do it like he loves that he can like send crypto to somebody, just through
Yeah.
talking to an agent on X. And I'm like, that we're gonna see everywhere, which is awesome. But I also think it's one of the most helpful things we're seeing AI do over in DeFi right now, or in crypto in general. So I love that. I love thinking of it though, like my home base for crypto. It's really, really neat. Um, Okay. One of those reasons why I'm like very, very bullish on you guys is that you've got this backer virtual ventures, which is huge. I think it's a big deal. I mean, and to me, it's like that stamp of approval, right?
Yeah.
How did that come to be? But you also have, I don't know if I say it right. Is it YZI Labs or Yeezy
No,
Labs?
it's Binance Labs, but they changed, rebranded earlier this year to Easy Labs.
Easy Labs. Got it. I like the
Yeah.
name. That's cool. But that is Binance Labs. So again,
Yeah.
has the backing also of Binance Labs, basically. How did these both come to be? And like, maybe you can also put into words what that means, because it is a big deal.
Oh yeah, I mean we've been building, as I mentioned, for quite some time. We got into the Binance Labs incubation program back in 2022 at Cryptos. So we were one of the 12 projects that got selected back in the day, or from 900 plus applications. And from the 12 projects, they only funded five in that season, and we were one of the top five projects there as well. So they helped us with our pre-seed funding, and then also with a lot of partnerships, marketing, product support. Yeah, getting everything right in a way. And then we also got other investors like Gate Labs, Blockchain Founders Fund, Mindfulness Capital. So some of the great investors in the industry, and we are a super lean team, more focused on tech, I would say. So after a long time, we actually started raising our second round, and as we are talking with virtuals guys for quite some time, we've been exploring the possibility of investments as well. And like, I mean, they like what we are doing, I hope. And yeah, so then they also yeah, join our latest round where we're doing it $35 million valuation. So
Wow.
which is great.
Dude, yes, dude, no kidding. Really great. What do you think? Like, what's the main thing they're so excited about, right? I don't know if there's a main thing because there's a lot you can do, but you're attracting all this money now. Is there something that's like the core pitch that just they're like, yes, they just write the check there.
Uh, well, I think the key thing with them was like we have a proven track record and we have a working product. And the vision behind Cryptos is that I think this is going to be an alpha, but in the next couple of weeks, we are releasing something called Cryptos Hub, where anyone can build applications, agents, and services are listed completely there. So every single Cryptos user gets access to all of them. So the pitch for us is basically simple. It's powered by Cryptos, tokenized by virtuals for AI agents. So on Cryptos Hub, this is the primary thing that's going to happen. So Fini is just the beginning, and it just opens up possibilities for other AI agents, as I mentioned before. So I think that's probably the thing that sold them, maybe. But yeah, I mean, we have the tech, so it can you can create a ton of AI agents, and it can attract a lot of different teams. So I think we will see a new vertical of financial AI agents, maybe in virtuals ecosystem.
Real cool. Really, really cool. I think I was reading in your project description page, you have like 5,000. Did I read it right? 5,000 users already on the platform?
No, we
5,000.
have 30,000 plus users on Cryptos. So 5,000 plus integrations like exchanges, different DeFi protocols, blockchains, wallets, everything.
Dude, spicy, spicy. So again, this is not some like project that's coming in, with nothing to show yet,
Yeah.
and trying to get funding to even get the thing like, something started. And you're kind of coming to the table with something already, which we don't see often. Again, spicy. It's kind of the only thing I can say. It's really spicy. How does the token come into play here? The Fini token. What's the utility of it? And yeah. How are we going to use it?
Oh yeah, I think so. Primarily, it's going to have four key utilities. So Fini itself is going to be like a freemium version to start with, and then as you add more and more accounts, so the free version is going to have be limited. As you add more and more accounts, like yeah, you're asked to pay for subscription fees and everything. So we can either pay in stables or you can pay in Fini token. So those are two options, but you get more value add services if you are using Fini and if you're staking Fini. So, and then also you can participate in governance decisions when it comes to the product roadmap, the functionalities and features as well. And you can participate in staking. That's one other utility, and also the payments within like the ACP network. Also through Fini, if it goes through Fini, then also all the payments are routed through the Fini token as well. And then the last thing that we are going to do is like a lot of buyback and burn or redistribute to stakers of Fini. So the fees that we are going to generate through token tax on virtuals. So we plan to use majority of it to incentivize our token holders in one way or the other, whether it's through staking incentives or whether it's through buyback and burn. We will decide on that, but yeah, so those are like the primary utilities, I would say. Yeah, I think it's over there as well.
Yeah, great. Does the Fini token, like, okay, is staking it or spending it getting you access to the Cryptos platform? Because I know separately there's a Cryptos token coming, and I think I read too that Fini holders
Yeah.
get exposure to that too. How is all that going to work?
Yeah, I think as we laid out, I think in the screen that you're sharing, like in the tokenomics, the value accrual for Fini holders is that like when we go live with Cryptos token, probably later this year or early next year, we'll see. But yeah, when we go live with that, all the Fini holders, the long-term holders, not the flippers, that are staking and participating in the journey of Fini, and users of Fini would be incentivized through an airdrop. So that's what we committed already in the Genesis page. Yeah, we might do more than an airdrop, but so that's one thing. But also the other thing that we are thinking about is like creating a DeFi pool where you have both tokens. So if one token appreciates, it also impacts the other token to appreciate as well because it's AMM pool. So yeah, we have some creative strategies there how to tie up both the ecosystems together. But at the end of the day, Fini is its own project, its own token. It will stand by itself, strong and bold. And Cryptos is a protocol which will support Fini and a lot of other AI agents and a lot of other things.
Yeah, you're being really thoughtful with how it all kind of is connected, right? And how these tokens play with each other. Do you already have like levels, like a pricing structure figured out for, access to cryptos, maybe through Fini? Like yeah, what are the pricing tiers here?
So
And what
Cryptos already has like different pricing structures for different tools and services that we offer there. But for Fini itself, to access Fini, we haven't finalized on the pricing for Fini use cases. But this is something probably we will decide together with our token holders and community as part of one of the governance initiatives, I would say.
Okay, cool. I was just like hovering over something and I saw NFT. I just want to see, is that essentially like connecting your wallet, and it'll also like your
Yeah. Well,
portfolio
exactly.
will show here. Awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really cool. It's really, really cool. Um, wow, I dig it. I love the look too. Again, I'm liking everything I'm seeing here. So then still on token, and this gets back to the launch, and Andrew, good morning, man. Okay, so again, pushing the launch a couple days, which I think is great. But what really caught me off guard in a really, really good way is you're doing another pre-sale. So we got the Genesis pre-sale coming, and you're also doing through AI Rocket, which this caught everybody's attention over the past few weeks. And we've seen a lot of cooks. A few, I think they've only done like 3 launches, but all have cooked through
Yeah.
AI Rocket. How is this going to work and the why? And just tell us everything about working with these guys.
Oh yeah, yeah. So when we started like thinking about Genesis pre-launch and post-launch kind of like roadmap, one of the things like we did was we tried to analyze like how the different tokens were performing right on Genesis launch, post-launch. We see a pattern there, which was super concerning for us, and we thought there should be a different mechanism over here. And if you look at like the success rate of Genesis versus prototype launches today, and prototype definitely wins, right? Like all the prototype launches are pretty much like at 10 million or above in terms of FDVs, and they are doing really good, like Mamo or yeah, a lot of other ones that launched as well. So that was like the whole thesis, and that's where we started thinking like, okay, should we stick to Genesis or should we go with the prototype route? But then we kind of felt like it would be kind of not being honest with people because we saw this happening with Ring Fence. They changed it in the last minute, which didn't go well with the community. I think it was on your show. I think you asked them the questions as well. Right? So we felt like it would be doing a disservice to the community. So we wanted to stick to Genesis. But at the same time, we wanted to bring the best things from prototype, where the whole point of Genesis V2 was like to attract other investors, other token holders to build bigger projects, bigger tokenomics. So yeah, we with the best resources we had, we tried to find the best solution possible, and that was AI Rocket that we came across. And the team there is like super cooked, and these guys are legit. I mean, like, I think I don't know if he's the founder or what's his role, but like, yeah, he even hopped on to calls with us like midnight, like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. and he was like going through like everything in detail with us because it was last minute thing that we did. So this pre-sale is going to help us raise $100,000, and we hope it will be finished quickly. And we wanted to use this to provide liquidity for Fini on Aerodrome because we want to expand our markets quickly. And I think for any token to succeed, like liquidity is the like the bled, right? Like bled supply or whatever you call it. If you don't have that, then the token fails. So If you only tie your token with Virtual's token, then you are reliant on the success of Virtual's token to an extent. So you got to take into control of your own token. So that's one of the reasons that we decided to do it Aerodrome, and maybe even expand to Balancer as well. We want to play the DeFi game in a way and provide bribes, incentives, and bring like people to provide liquidity. To provide liquidity, you got to have tokens from somewhere, whether buying in the market or you already bought through the Genesis. So yeah, so that's the play here basically. So we wanted to expand the scope of the market, and we need capital to do that. And the best way is to raise money in the beginning. So
Yeah, Katz, throw up a market on Predict Base about how quickly this sells out over with AI Rocket.
yeah.
I think it's gonna be a quick one. So when you set up these LPs on Balancer and Aerodrome, is it that the token is then paired with not just virtual, it's paired with like ETH and
Yeah,
I guess whatever
exactly.
else you want, but it's gonna be, I'm assuming, an ETH pair.
Yeah, ETH pair or stables pair, but yeah, probably ETH pair right now because of the market trending ETH and everything. So
Dude, it's just so cool because again, I have friends from all over the ecosystem, and some of them haven't come to virtuals yet because it's just you got to a couple hurdles. You got to take these extra steps to get in and start trading. And one of them is you gotta buy virtual. Like maybe you can go on
exactly.
Uniswap. You don't have to do it through virtual. You can still swap ETH, and there's some
Yeah.
fees there. But there's some hurdles, and then you doing it this way eliminates some of those hurdles. So it just like widens the
Yes.
net that you're casting out there. Really, really, really smart.
Yeah, and also I think one other important point is that Coinbase is integrating Aerodrome as a primary DEX, and all the tokens that are listed on Aerodrome will be accessible via the Coinbase app. So that just opens up a ton of market as they start to roll out more and more. I think they only rolled out like 1% right now. So if they start to roll out more and more tokens, it's just going to be a game changer for all the tokens that are on the base ecosystem. So if we are going to be friend of the list, so that's the goal, right? So
Yeah, that's huge. Okay, so if they've integrated Aerodrome, so okay, we saw like 2 weeks back, you could now go on Coinbase and all your virtuals tokens show up there. Like if I search Swarm, it shows, which is cool. And I think I
yeah,
can trade it in their like standalone DeFi wallet, right? But I can't buy the token right on Coinbase. But because you launch on Aerodrome or have an LP there, you can actually trade it, buy it right on Coinbase.
yeah. So with the new app that they're launching, so you can like buy the tokens that are listed on Aerodrome super easily.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge. That's such a cool thing. Okay. Again, just very thoughtful every step of the way with this, which is it's a really, really great sign. The other thing that I love, and man, I got to tell you, I love it. So it's tied into how you're thinking of how do you do the best of both worlds. You get the prototype type action, but you still get the
Yeah,
Genesis launch. Now, part of what you did is also the really short token lock time. It's last I saw 7 days, which means like, look, if a trader wants after
within
Genesis,
mortgage.
man, you can sell it, you can, and you're not going to
Yeah,
go into jail. And some people want that. Like, it's good to give traders flexibility. If you believe in the team, keep those tokens tucked away, go stake them, whatever. But if
yeah.
you are in this and to degen and have fun, you can do it on this one, unlike a lot of other ones
Yeah.
too. So, thoughtful. Why?
I mean,
What
like
is?
we saw this pattern, right? Like, okay, you can have 1 month, 2 months, whatever lockups. I mean, people will at the end of the day, if they want to exit, they will exit. They don't care about G jail or anything, right? Like, if they want to flip, they will flip. And we are giving all the reasons for you to not do that. So I think we just posted something on X today. Yeah. So we gave like 4 top reasons like why you shouldn't be doing that. But whether it's liquidity or yeah, let's see. Yeah, there you go. 4 top reasons there. Because yeah, without I mean, we are giving all the reasons. So at the end of the day, it's a choice for people. So do your own research, make your own decision on how you want to play this, and yeah, we are here to stay long term. We're not reliant like other teams on like, okay, if the token doesn't generate volume, we are dead, right? Like, it's not like that. We are well funded. We have a proven track record of building things, and yeah, here you go. Not a financial advice, nothing here, but it's your own decision at the end of the day.
Yep, dig it. For me, I think that biggest reason is number 4 right there. So like I always say, I love hearing about the projects, and a lot of people promise a lot of things. And I think, well, we have great people and great intentions out there. Not everybody can do the things that they talk about, and it's not you guys. I think you have done what you talked about, and you can do more, and everything you're promising here. So for me, and I'm going to get in this one. It's just a matter of am I going all in? But I'm going to want to be holding here to get that Cryptos token whenever that happens again, whether it's this year, early next year. That's a really
this year.
Reason you do think this year?
Yeah, this year.
Yeah, I dig it. Again, like super appealing reason to be holding that token here. I can't wait for this, dude. I can't wait. Let me think. I have some other questions here, but guys in the chat, fire off any questions that you might have. I was curious about the tax solution, right, on Cryptos. How detailed it is, right? Because I know for you need to report freaking everything. Is this going to do itemized every buy, sell, drop? You'll see it all.
Yeah, it will do. I mean, like, unless you are like a super degen and did a crazy stuff, it might not be 100% like automated. But like, if you're like a generic user using multiple exchanges, wallets, protocols, whatever, then you're good to go. Just plug in. It will do everything, all the work for you. It will generate the reports according to the local regulations, and you then just pay for it and download it. That's it.
Wild. And then assuming this would just make sense, but this is not just like, base wallets, right? Solana.
No. You can do EVMs, non-EVMs, Cosmos, Solana, Cardano, whatever. Like, yeah.
Yeah, really cool. Really, really cool. How big's your team, by the way?
We are 15 people, 11 people in the tech, and the rest in marketing, design, and myself, all over the place.
Yeah. Do you have your feet in kind of all those different, teams? Are you like a technical dude too?
Yeah. I come from tech background. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Nice. Yeah, really cool. I like that you have guys dedicated to marketing because it matters a lot. You can have a great product, and if you don't market it well and people don't see it and you can't keep that momentum up, then, we see how that plays out. It's kind of a bummer, right? But it is how the space works. And so we can already see your guys' marketing chops. Like we already see them. First, the freaking little character logo, whatever. Like you see it now. Were you expecting people to love that dude as much as they are?
Yeah. No. We definitely wanted something that people don't forget. Right? Like, you will see logos where, some K or some X or whatever, like, people just forget about them. But if you see like something that has eyes and a mouth and like it's personal, so you can't forget it. Like, you will remember it. So that was the whole thought process for us, and it just turned out like people love it.
They love it. Again, did it catch you off guard at all how much people love it? Because they freak out.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So like, internally, we were kind of divided on this. Like, if people will love this, or we should come up with something different. And I was like, no, I'm gonna make an executive decision here, and this is what it's gonna work.
It's a good one. I can totally picture you guys going and like animating him, and he's the mascot then, right? He becomes the mascot. Which maybe does he turn into the mascot of Cryptos too? Like, does he represent the whole thing?
Maybe.
He's cool. He's really cool. I'll say that. But
why not? I think that would be cool. We actually had a mascot for Cryptos. We never released it. We just have it internally, but maybe this will become our main mascot.
Well, dude, funny enough, and I can't remember where the post is, like who tweeted, but it was like there was a big account who tweeted that like the importance of having a mascot for a brand, and like we don't have one really. We have our Swarm character, but it's one of our agents, right? We don't have, like, for CryptoSlam, we've never had a mascot. We've got our lightning bolt logo. I'm like, dude, we need a mascot. We need like a character, because to your point, it is way more relatable. Like the eyes and the mouth and the face, it does something to having a different kind of connection with it. So you nailed it here with this one. But again, it speaks to you guys you got marketing chops. And so you also have the Arbus campaign that's live pre-TGE, and people are like giving you your flowers, rightfully so, because I think you're the first to do that before the token's out, and it's really smart. And it's also really obvious. Why the hell haven't we been all doing this like before the TGE, when the attention like matters a ton? It does after, but like leading up, it matters a lot. So smart. How are you the first to come up with that and realize you should be doing that?
I actually didn't know that no one did it before. Like us, so we actually got to know from you guys that we were the first ones to do that. Like, I mean, it was just obvious for us. Like, when we got into the ecosystem, we scouted for all the key players that are the key people that we have to talk with and get feedback and like how to do things. And yeah, we spoke with pretty much everyone, asking their opinions on different things, and it just turned out that we have to work with Arbus and Amplify guys. So yeah, and there we are. And we said like, okay, we're gonna make this work, and we want to do this like yesterday. And they were like, okay, we can get this done in one day. And then they were like super helpful to get it live. So yeah, it worked out perfectly at the end of the day.
That's perfect. Yeah, they're a great team, and then Graham with Amplify, great. Like again, there's so many good people that are really, really capable here in this space. Like we do have something special going on in virtual, so we always got to say it just so people remember. You know, like it's good to give everybody their flowers. Great community over here. Okay, let me think. I got a couple more, and I'll let you go because dude. I know it's crazy for you right now. TGE coming up. There's you have is this a stream coming up today? By the way, like give us your agenda, what you got coming.
I think it's actually in like 20 minutes from now.
Oh damn. Okay, well then I'll cut this off even earlier just so you get a little time to like prep and do it, whatever. But coming up today, what are you doing? Like demoing product or what is this?
Yeah, we're gonna run through basically everything, like a demo day, going through the team. It's gonna be a casual chat with their team, but we will see if we can do a quick demo of the product as well, maybe the Cryptos product, because we still don't want to show like completely the Fini version yet. But yeah, so we're gonna do a quick demo, and then we're gonna talk about our launch strategy, and yeah, everything. We will dig into everything basically.
Okay, great. Okay, then I'm going to rapid fire the last few here. Question from the chat. How is Fini different from Zerion? Yeah, go ahead to hear.
I mean, Zerion is just like a dashboard, and you probably can connect your wallets. But with Fini, you have access to 5,000 plus integrations, CFI, DeFi, everything. And it's a personalized agent. It knows everything there is to know about your portfolio, unlike Zerion.
There we go. And dude, yeah, go back and just catch if you weren't here, go catch the beginning of the stream when he got in a bit more of Chronos and how it's connected to Fini and like really the potential of what it can do. And maybe that to that point, what does this look like a year out from now? Right? A perfect scenario and like, yeah, what's the big picture for this? And yeah, yeah. How big does this scale look like?
I think this can go quite big because Fini it can act because it's a generalistic agent. Fini can plug in with all the other niche agents and can basically become the key supplier of work to all the other agents within the ecosystem. So the ACP, I think that's going to change Fini use cases quite a bit in future. And instead of like going into 10 different platforms, websites, and using 10 different agents, you might be able to use all of them through Fini. Just say to Fini, and Fini will, give the task to someone else to do it for you.
Oh, that's great. Can you picture agents using Fini at some point too? I mean, that would be, through ACP potentially, right?
Yeah, through ACP or through maybe they can even use Cryptos or I don't know. We'll see how that all works out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great stuff, man. Great stuff. All right, then we'll run through one last time, guys. The AI Rocket pre-sale today. That's today, I think, correct?
Yeah. It's going to be 3 hours or 2 hours from now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, 2 or 3 hours. Go check it out if you have access to that. I think by holding the AI Rocket token, you can get in that pre-sale. I think it's a pre-sale at like a 1.8 mil FDV, I think.
Yeah, it's a bit higher than the Genesis, yes.
And like, dude, just a bit, because I think if this hits that top tier, which I think it will, 100K virtual, that puts it same ballpark, right? Like 1.6 mil, 7, somewhere around there, I think. Yeah. So either one, whatever it is, I think get in, guys. Again, I am definitely going to. This looks incredible. So thank you for coming on and sharing all about it with us, man. And dude, as you get in a little deeper, first off, like open door whenever you have updates and you want to pop in, even if it's for a minute, you just want to give everybody a quick hello and update, pop in whenever. And whenever you have big announcements, again, open door, come on the show and let us know what's going on here. So
yeah, for sure. Thank you for that. You guys are the core of the ecosystem. So for sure.
Oh man, we all appreciate you. FyniAI on X, give them a follow. Sukesh, you can follow here. I'll paste it in because I can't read. My eyes are so bad. So there it is. Tedia, I think that anyway, it's in the chat. So follow them both. Launches tomorrow on Genesis, about like I think exactly 24 hours from now. So we'll talk about it live on tomorrow's show, two guys, and then the TGE will be the day after. Again, we'll be watching it as it unfolds live and maybe buy and trade and whatever. But it should be really fun. And then finally, guys, follow us at the Swarm. It's the Swarm_AI. We got a lot coming, and it's coming in the very, very short term. Go check out the SlamAI page as well, and check out the light paper, because that's where things are about to get super spicy. And finally, go subscribe to CryptoSlam over on YouTube and catch up on all these past episodes and more to come. Dude, thank you again. You're freaking awesome. Rooting for you.
Yeah, thank you very much for your time.
Of course. And good luck with the rest of the day. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern time, all the same places. Goodbye.